Hello, welcome back to my channel, Divine Libra Wisdom. I'm back again with a weekly check-in for Libra. This will be for the week of June 1st, 2026. We also have a blue moon this week, and I will talk more about that and the pick-a-pal reading that will follow shortly after the weekly, the check-in readings are uploaded. You should look forward to that, as well as the readings for all signs that are rapid or quick. The quick readings, one card, one oracle card, or one tarot card, one oracle card. I will put those up under the community tab, so look forward to that. And let's see, anything else? I don't think so. But anyway, we're going to get into the disclaimers first, and then I will get the cards out, and we will get channeled messages for you all, Libra. Okay. So as I'm sorry. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're returning to the channel, I thank you so much for continuing to tune in as well. Either way, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that way you know when I drop new videos. And I should be back on track, getting back on track with the weekly check-in readings, as well as any pick-a-pals, which more will be coming soon, as well as the community tab readings that I put under there. So yeah. As you listen along, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're leaving a comment, sharing the video out, subscribing. The decks that I'm using, they will always be in the description box below. If you're curious about what I'm using. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that will be in the description box below as well, how to do it. My readings are meant for a collective, so of course everything is not going to fit. So if it doesn't fit, it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? You don't have to make it fit. What else? Noise, it should be kept to a minimum. Don't expect anything loud to happen, but if it does, I will pause and pick right back up at where I left off. Okay? And yeah, if I forgot to mention anything, you just apply it. You can always ask, and I forgot to mention that in the other readings. But if you ever have any questions, you can definitely ask me in the comment section or email me as well. And we'll go from there. But as far as booking a personal reading with me, I can't stress it enough. I will never reach out to you personally to solicit you for readings. I just don't do that. I won't do it. So yeah, you actually have to contact me first in order for me to, book a reading. Okay. What else was I going to say? Yeah. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the reading here. I'm going to get some channel messages for Libra and see what's going on and what Libra needs to know right now, as well as going into the week. Hearing the word first, so some of you could be having some first here, or first going into this week, kind of similar to Cancer, or maybe not Cancer, or well, I can't remember, but it could be Cancer, I can't remember. But yeah, if you like I always say, if you feel compelled to watch something else that calls out to you, definitely do it. So whether it be Taurus's reading or Cancer's reading, go with your gut. But yeah, some of you could be having first. This could be like your first serious relationship. You could be establishing that your first promotion in a long time or ever. Maybe you're upgrading to your own office from a cubicle. Maybe you're getting something. I'm hearing first and I'm hearing new. So something could be new that you're getting or experiencing. Yeah. hearing look on the bright side. So maybe there's something that kind of rubbed you the wrong way, or something happened and you're just kind of like, ugh, you know. But, you know, you're kind of looking on the bright side. You're not taking it to heart. You're just letting it roll off your back, kind of like water off of a duck. That's the image that I saw. Yeah. You're just kind of like, whatever. You're not letting it get to you. Kind of like, again, similar to Cancer's reading. You're not letting, in their reading, it was all about not letting anything dull their shine, knock them off their square, that type of thing. This is the same, but it's more so like feelings. You're not allowing someone else's, you know, bad behavior, someone kind of like dismissing you in a way. You're not allowing that to happen, or you're not allowing that to get to you in a way. You're just kind of like, oh, okay. You're kind of like, oh, okay, and just kind of going off about your business in a way. It's like, it's just like nothing. And it's kind of like, you know, who not to entertain or engage with. It's just kind of like, whatever. Noted. It's kind of like, yeah, like a noted thing. Like, okay, I got you. I got your number. Cool. Also hearing the word celebration. So I don't know, maybe some of you are attending birthday parties, celebrate some kind of celebration, whether it be like a wedding, birthday party, get together, whatever. Or you could be celebrating solo. Maybe you're taking yourself out on a date, solo dates. Maybe you're taking a trip where you go alone and you're celebrating yourself. Whatever the case may be, you all are, you could be planning this too. You could be planning like a big birthday party, especially if it's like one of those milestone birthdays. You could be like planning a big celebration for yourself, or maybe someone else, maybe a friend you're planning something big for. And let's see, what else does Libra need to know, Spirit, if anything? I'm hearing the word protect yourself. So this could be in a number of ways, for one, but what I'm strongly getting as far as protect yourself is protect yourself as far as protect your mind, protect your heart. Don't, again, kind of going back to that feeling of, you know, don't allow anyone to knock you off your square, as far as what I mentioned in Cancer's reading. But I'm getting more so the feeling of, you know, being protective over your heart, being protective over your space, not allowing anyone to come in it and like disrupt the peace, disrupt what it is you're trying to do. Don't let anyone come in and distract you too, is what I'm getting strongly. Because there could be some people who try to come in and try to distract you, so they can, you know, kind of trip you up in a way. That could be their motivation. And it, you know, and in some cases it may not be their motivation, but they're doing it anyway, you know, unintentionally. But right now, I think your focus should be on you specifically, Libras. This is a good time to, this is a good time to focus on what it is that you want. And that's kind of been the theme for all of these, for both readings. This has been kind of the focus, as well as traveling, relocating, releasing, like figuring out your desires, what you truly want, that type of thing. I think that's a running theme for all three signs, but I think this will also be a theme, the running theme in the pick-a-pile as well as the all signs reading that I'm going to be doing. And again, that will not be a full video, all signs. It will be located under the community tab for June, for the month of June, for all signs, the check-in messages. Yeah, Libra, like, okay, so with Taurus, I kind of felt their mood or the collective energy was kind of like exasperated, kind of bored, kind of annoyed, kind of just over it. Cancer's reading, I felt more lighter, upbeat, content. For you all though, I feel with the Libra collective, it's kind of like you're in serious mode. You're wanting to get things done. You're very task oriented. Going into this week, I feel kind of no nonsense. Um, yeah, I feel like you're just kind of about getting things done. You're about your business. So that could be very significant for you all going into this week. I know it will be for me personally as a Libra. But you know, I don't want to center myself, but, yeah, I really get the sense of being like very on 10, very detail oriented, business oriented. Yeah, you don't have any tolerance. Like you don't have any, you have zero tolerance for BS, going into this week. Yeah, I feel Libras are very, very serious, going into this week. So that's all I'm getting for Libras. If anything else comes out, I'll mention it, of course, but, let's get into the cards here and see what comes out. Okay. Okay. Let's look at these cards. Okay, so right off the bat, the numbers that could be significant for you all are 2, 8, and 9. Then you have a major arcana card, the Hermit, coming out. Specific signs that you could be dealing with are Gemini and Aries and Virgo. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the first card that came out is, Two of Summer. And this is falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. All right, so this is the first card that came out, right? I'm not so focused on falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. I don't really feel like that is for the collective necessarily. It could be, but I feel like this is a bit different. I'm more so focused on forgiveness and the resolution to a problem, and don't give up. Okay, so I'm more so focused on that. I feel as though if there are, again, some issues that you're encountering, and this could be relationship, but I'm feeling like more so platonic, more so you're just people like you deal with on a daily basis, as far as, people that you're not necessarily people that you're in community with, but it's not to the point where, you, what am I trying to say? It's not like a romantic relationship, if you will. It's more so like a platonic work partnership, something like that, like co-workers, you know, people that are friends of friends, that kind of thing. That's more so what I'm getting. And it's more so like if, you're having sort of like conflicts with the person, or, and this could be like minor conflicts, like minor disagreements, things of that nature. I feel like, you know, all can be, you know, forgiven, because maybe things could be, it could be a situation where, you know, there's misunderstandings, and, you know, a person thought, you know, something was said that was not said. Someone, sorry y'all, I just have to look at something, but yeah, it could be a situation where somebody thought you said something and you didn't, or you know, what am I trying to say? Hold on, y'all. Sorry, something's trying to get in my eye. Anyway. Sorry, that was irritating me. Anyway, yeah. Some people, especially if you're like kind of a blunt person, uh, or you know, you may have said something that kind of ruffled the feathers or rubbed someone the wrong way. It could be a case of, you know, this is a misunderstanding, and you know, you didn't mean to offend, or, you know, put them on Front Street, or just, you know, you didn't mean to make them feel away, if that makes sense. I feel as though a resolution to that situation is coming. So, you know, it could be a situation where someone mediates for two people, or between two people, and, you know, you can come to kind of like a general consensus, and it's just kind of like, okay, let's go ahead and move forward, you know. Especially with the conclusions are within reach, full moon, eclipse. So yeah, I feel like, you know, something can be mended, if that makes sense. Like, you know, again, maybe there's, you know, a situation where, you know, things didn't really come out the way you wanted them to, as far as like how you said something, or how someone said something to you. You know, it either is one of those things where, you know, forgiveness, but I'm not going to forget. I'm going to just progress, move forward. You know, we can agree to disagree, that type of thing, you know, because I feel like with Libras, you know, it's one of those things, like, it is what it is. You know, I said my piece, you said your piece, and, you know, the resolution is we are just going to leave it on the table, or we're just going to leave it as it is and not, you know, go any further. You feel the way that you feel, I feel the way that I feel. Very like business oriented, very, you know, professional, classy. You know, it's just kind of like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm moving forward, and you should too. That's kind of the conclusions are within reach energy that I get, especially feeling like Libras this week are very like business oriented, very like to the point, no nonsense. You know, it's kind of like, it is what it is, whatever, do what you want, but I'm going to do what I want and just go from there. Okay. By midweek, you have 8 of Autumn, and this is do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. So this definitely could be more work related for a lot of you Libras. You could be feeling like, you know, it's more, you know, you're not trying to be friends with people at work. You're just trying to do your job, trying to get things done. You're very like in work mode, especially with Virgo being out here with the Hermit card next to the 8 of Autumn. But more so to the point, apart from work, you could be, you know, trying to learn a new thing, learn a new craft, boost up your skills. I believe that came out in Taurus's reading as well. You could be getting ready to attend seminars, whether they be online, whether they be in person, kind of getting out there to meet people and, you know, just learn. You know, you're in a state of wanting to learn more, do more, learn more. And you have communication is key down here. New moon in Gemini. So yeah, you know, this is very like on point with wanting to do more, you know, research and do more things before, or get more information before you make a decision, which a lot of times Libras will do that. Like, we like, yeah, it was like, yeah, I need some information. I need more to go on before I make a concrete, definite decision. So, the communication is there. You could have a mentor, or maybe you should look for a mentor who can assist you with new things, with learning new stuff. Maybe you can reach out to someone who is in the field or knows about the subject matter that you're learning about, and you get advice, get some words of wisdom from them, and it can kind of guide you on things to study, things to read, that sort of thing. I'm doing that personally with someone right now. I just purchased some books that I'm going to start getting into and reading. Okay. With the hermit mode, with the hermit mode, you literally could be going into hermit mode by the end of the week. Libra, again, putting your head down, putting your head in the book, studying, writing, all that good stuff. The hermit, this is number 9. So this is Virgo. So you could be, a Virgo person could be the type, or could be someone that kind of reaches out and assists you or helps you, mentors you. Because, yeah, it says find or be a mentor. So, either this is, there's a card there. Either this is your energy and you're being a mentor to someone, or you, like I said, you should probably maybe try to reach out and ask for a mentor, ask someone to be your mentor, especially if they are someone who, is well versed in their field. They've been in there for a while. They know the ins and outs of things, and they can they're better able to assist you and lead you on down the right path. It says take a break from society. So yeah, with hermit mode, you could be very to yourself, very like, especially after this week, if it's very like on point and, kind of getting things done, you may just want to break you from everything and kind of to draw back into yourself and give yourself that time to relax and go with that. Okay. And the last card that you have here is a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay, so something could, I don't really get the sense that this is like a big, what is it called? A big finish. I feel like more so this is kind of, especially with hermit mode, I feel like this is more so like you all kind of come into like a major epiphany in a way, like a major decision, like you have a major breakthrough in a way. And it's like, wow, I didn't see this at first, but now I see it. And now I see what I need to do going forward, or what it is I need to do. And so I feel like, especially with, the hermit mode, you get that quiet time, that downtime, and the time to yourself. And this is, this ends up being the result. So yeah. So if that's the case, then definitely, I'm laughing, but definitely, be open to it, be open to things that, cause it could be a situation where you've been kind of avoiding, some deep things. And with this blue moon, it's a good time to, sit with things, right? Sit with things and really process through things, especially things that you kind of kept hidden, or you kept to yourself. You didn't really want to deal with, and it's been in your subconscious mind. It's time for it to come to the forefront and be dealt with. So yeah, go ahead and deal with the things that you don't want to deal with. In Cancer's reading, I was talking about procrastination, and sometimes Libras can procrastinate. I'm calling us out. We can't procrastinate sometimes. So, if you're very, business oriented and about your business, one thing you should be very much about your business on is personal things, especially personal things that we've been trying to avoid, because we fear that, we may break, or we may go into like a negative headspace. If we never deal with it, it's the type of thing that something could trigger us. And, you know, because you didn't deal with it, it puts you in a bad headspace anyway. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, deal with anything that you need to deal with, Libra. And I'm calling myself out too, because there are some things that I have not necessarily wanted to deal with or fool with, but it's kind of like, yeah, you need to deal with it. So, yeah, be bold, get in that Aries energy, which is we're sister signs with, you know, get into that Aries mind frame or mindset and face things head on. Okay. All right. So your affirmation for this week, Libra, is I make the right decisions. Again, that is I make the right decisions. And yes, it's backwards. You can't really see it because there we go. All right. So without further ado, all in all, if you have decisions to make, if if things were kind of iffy, kind of not so great with a person, forgiveness can be had, and resolutions can be made, or what am I trying to say? The resolutions are there, like the conclusions are within reach. So the resolutions are there, to be had. It doesn't mean that, you end up being friends with this person or cool with this person. It's more so like a mutual respect type thing. It's like, it is what it is. Midweek, you could be going, you could need to do a little bit more research before you make a move, before you make a decision. And I think that's what you will do. You'll be reaching out to people, anyone that can maybe help you, assist you, be a mentor to you, or this could be, reverse, and you are being a mentor to someone. Yeah, be bold. Be bold. Basically, you will make the right decisions as long as you face things head on. Don't procrastinate. Don't be afraid to make the hard decisions too, and say the hard things. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's needed. So don't be afraid to do that. You're gonna make the right decisions, Libra. Okay. So that was your reading. Hopefully you have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye, Libra.